They laughed at her, pushed her, and tried to break her spirit, but they had no idea who they were really dealing with, until one moment changed everything and left them speechless. The sun had barely risen over the military base when she arrived, a single duffel bag over her shoulder, calm face, steady steps. No one noticed her at first. And those who did didn't take her seriously. "Hey," one of the soldiers whispered, smirking, "looks like they're sending kids now." Another chuckled, "Not just a kid, look at her. She won't last a week." She heard them, every word, but she didn't react because she wasn't here to prove anything. At least that's what they thought. Her name was Ava Carter. To them, she was just another new girl. To the system, she was something else entirely. From the very first day, they made it clear she didn't belong. They gave her the worst assignments. Extra drills, night shifts, tasks meant to break even the strongest recruits. "Let's see how tough you are," her squad leader said with a cold smile. Ava simply nodded, no complaints, no excuses. Days turned into weeks. The pressure didn't stop, it got worse. They pushed her harder than anyone else. While others rested, she worked. While others slept, she trained. And when she stumbled, they laughed. One evening, after hours of brutal drills, she finally collapsed to her knees. Breathing heavy, hands shaking, sweat dripping onto the dirt. From a distance, the same group watched. Finally, one said, "She's breaking." About time, but they didn't see her face. They didn't see the fire in her eyes because Ava wasn't breaking. She was calculating, observing, waiting. What no one knew was that Ava had already served in places they couldn't even pronounce. She had led missions that never made the news. She had made decisions that saved lives and cost her sleep for years. But here she chose silence, because sometimes the strongest power is knowing when not to speak. The breaking point came during a high-pressure training simulation. The entire unit was gathered. This was the test, a complex operation scenario, time-sensitive, high-risk. "All right," the commander said, "we need a leader." Silence, then someone laughed. "Let the new girl try," one of them joked, more laughter. "Yeah," another added, "she's been dying to prove herself." The commander raised an eyebrow. "Fine," he said, "Carter, you're up." All eyes turned to her, some mocking, some curious, most expecting failure. Ava stepped forward, calm, unshaken. She looked at the map, analyzed the situation in seconds, then spoke. "Divide into 3 units," she said firmly. "Alpha takes the West Ridge. Bravo, cut communication lines. Charlie, with me, we go straight through the center." Someone scoffed. "That's suicide." She didn't even look at him. "It's the only way to win." There was something in her voice, not loud, not aggressive, but certain, unshakable. The commander watched closely. "Proceed," he ordered. What happened next, no one expected. Every move she made was precise, every decision calculated. She anticipated problems before they happened, redirected teams at the exact right moment, adapted instantly when things went wrong. Within minutes, the impossible scenario was complete. Mission success. Silence fell over the field. No cheers, no laughter, just stunned faces. The same people who mocked her now couldn't even speak. One of them finally muttered, "How did you?" Ava looked at him for the first time, a calm, quiet look. "You should focus more on the mission," she said, "and less on judging people." But that wasn't the real shock, not yet. Later that evening, the entire unit was called to attention. Something felt different. Tension in the air. A black vehicle rolled into the base. High-ranking officers stepped out. Everyone stood straight, confused, nervous. Then it happened. "Attention," the commander shouted, presenting Admiral Ava Carter. The world stopped. Every single soldier froze, eyes wide. Hearts pounding. Admiral, the same girl they mocked, the one they tried to break, was their highest authority. Ava stepped forward, same calm face, same steady steps, but now everything had changed. "I requested this assignment," she said, her voice clear, controlled, "but not to test my strength." She paused, looking directly at them, "to test yours." No one moved, no one spoke. "You failed," she continued, "not because of your skills, but because of your mindset." Her words hit harder than any punishment. "You judged before you understood, you mocked before you knew. And you tried to break someone without realizing what they carried." One of the soldiers lowered his head, another clenched his fists, shame spreading across their faces. Ava took a step closer. "But here's the difference between you and me." A pause, heavy, powerful. "You tried to break me." She looked around slowly. "And I chose not to break you." Silence, deep, uncomfortable. "Because leadership," she said softly, "isn't about power. It's about responsibility." That night no one laughed, no one whispered, because they finally understood. They didn't fail to break her spirit. They never even came close. Instead, she shattered something far more fragile: their ego.